Today is going to be a fun day because we get to declare absolute victory. And I'm going to show you why in just a moment. This is really fun. Now, as you know, Ethan Van Sciver and the like have been trying their hardest to cancel me for about 6 months. It all started because I made a book with Mike S. Miller called Top Grift. It was a ton of fun. Everybody who got it loved it because we write the best books out there in these independent circles. But that really rubbed him the wrong way. He didn't like, Mike Miller. He's butthurt over the fact that Mike rejected him and rejected coming back on to try to show his books and things like that because Mike's got actual values. And it's very interesting when you look at this tweet from Student of God right here saying, in order to be Comicsgate, you got to adhere to Comicsgate values. Those values were things that Mike used to actually bring to the table. Mike actually built a Comicsgate constitution back in the day, which was very, very good. And in our movement that we're building now, where we're actually delivering, we're actually doing something different, we are going to build something around values. I'm going to write those out at some point and make them very abundantly clear so we never run into these problems in the future, because the values are going to be more important than me, more important than any other creator, and that way the movement can continue on, and that's what I want more than anything. We are a culture war movement trying to fight against the degeneracy and evils of Marvel and DC Comics. Disney and its ilk are satanic, and I am unabashed about that. And this is why a lot of people are starting to follow over here now, instead of following these guys who actually stand for nothing except for just milking their audience over and over and over again like pay pigs while not delivering on anything. So, like I said, I haven't written it out yet, but for our tenets, it's going to be number one, we're going to make work that gives glory to God and His creation, in all that we do. Number two, it's going to be we're going to work hard. We're going to deliver great product in a timely fashion. And number three, we will always, always fight against evil and culture and set ourselves apart from this world. I think it's something like that would be a great place to start. But they used to say this. They used to say things like the values, and they don't anymore. But we do. So hit the like and subscribe button if you're on board. I really appreciate you guys for being here. And look, if you just like the books, you're not here for my war against Marvel and DC, against Disney, against all things evil. I hope you'll join us someday. But for now, you can read the books. I don't mind. I do appreciate everybody who's here and supporting us, because one way or another, it gets the job done. And we're moving forward at a rapid rate. And that's the case here. This guy changes like the wind, as Student of God says. One day, he'll love you. The next day, he'll hate you. It all depends on whatever's best for him in the moment. And it's been very, very sad to watch, especially in the crusade against Eric July, a wonderful creator who's getting things done. It becomes very apparent that it's just about jealousy. It's just about not wanting people to be successful unless they're under his thumb. And you can see that in the way he reacts to everything. Bringing in a mentally ill person like Liam Gray in order to then sweep a bunch of money for him to keep his delusions going of grandeur when the guy is just insane and really lashes out and hates and attacks other creators so much. It was kind of a bad move as well as this thing went along. Now, like I said, this group really went out of their way to try to cancel me over the last 6 months. It's been live stream after live stream of just like saying JDA is bad, he's a grifter, he doesn't believe anything, he doesn't care about comics. And it's really interesting to watch, because if you actually see what I'm accomplishing in comics, you can just go to my web store to see it. We are the ones who really care about comics. Look at this. We've got my full graphic novel slate right here. This is 11 graphic novels, and then we have 3 different actual books on top of that. We're going to be having more. We've got a 4th book. We've got Extrasensory, and we've got, we've got, I can remember. I've got so many book titles, it's difficult. We've got Astromancer also, which are just available via my Subscribestar and Patreon. Those are exclusives there. So we're making, I'm actually not making money off the Subscribestar and Patreon right now. I'm just delivering extra books based on the crowdfunds and sales that we got to those people who support over there, because I care about them and I want to provide for the content to make it worth it, even if it's a loss leader right now, because I believe in the stories and I'm all about the comics. And so our 12th graphic novel is also coming out, and that's kind of the big win here. So despite that, despite all the cancellations, despite saying getting that audience all riled up, It turns out those people are not real comic people. The real people who have been into comic books have kind of left Comicsgate, left this nonsense and trash cast behind. They've kind of filtered into Eric July's camp or my camp or other independent spaces. Wherever it is great because those people are actually producing books on a regular basis. Archaven's another great spot, archaven.com if you have not been there. Just a lot of free comics for you to read. They've moved on because this is just such a cluster at this point. It's all about the cancel culture. It's all about doing exactly what Marvel and DC did, which is create this little whisper network based upon like your clout within a little structure and then trying to ice everybody out in the process. And that's exactly what they've done. So he attacked myself, my artists. I mean, it's been really nasty over the last few months. We've covered it here on the channel. We've covered how he's gone after Yellow Flash and Eric July. It's just been really sad to watch as one by one he's picking apart his allies who get successful on their own because he doesn't have them under their thumbs. But it doesn't work anymore. Back in 2018, he used to have like this online mob. He called them War Campaign. And War Campaign really would do their best to cancel everybody. Like SJWs, they went after me for being too right-wing. They said that they needed right-wingers out of this Comicsgate group in order to make it, quote, apolitical. And that was how they were going to assert control over things. Now, that was pretty ridiculous because we're all sitting here like, hey, we exist because the left wing's blacklisting us from the industry. And then these people went crazy saying, let's blacklist the people who are too right-wing also, again. And it's like, huh? I thought we were here to fight this. But it was hard to fight at the time because he had such a personal army that was absolutely devastating. And at the time, I remember losing like 1,000 followers overnight. I didn't really have a YouTube channel of any note at the time. It was very, very scary. I watched my sales collapse. He really had control over a lot of people who would just back these things. Now, they weren't real readers, and that's the thing. The people backed it just because he said they did. It's the same thing Liam's about to find out with his Dino King situation. He got 30,000, congratulations, but nobody's actually there for him. You can see that like nobody tunes into his live streams or watches him on the side. They just backed it because they're following the one leader. And that's about the extent of his juice these days, about $30,000. But it doesn't extend outside of that. He's been bleeding followers. He's been bleeding subscribers, and it's not been going well for him. And it's because his attacks have been too much. It's been naked for everybody to see that he just lashes out constantly, attacks everybody all the time. And it's something that we don't want within our movement. We want our movement, like I said, to build a beautiful Christian nationalist deal, make actual comics and produce them. And do things on a level where we're excellent. And this is not excellent. It's somebody who hasn't come out with a book and is like 3-4 years late on things, can't even deliver to his backers. It's the opposite of excellent. And it shows. It really does. Now, here's what happened. We just hit a major milestone over the weekend with my Hidden Emperor graphic novel campaign. This now is my highest grossing, best-selling Kickstarter of all time. So despite this happening over the last 6 months, despite the fact that he's urged people not to buy my books repeatedly on Twitter and on his live stream show, we've overcome it. We've lost no backers. We've only gained. We've gained an audience that actually reads and cares about comics, that reads and cares about science fiction, because we've stayed on target. We've been delivering. We've been putting things out. We put out Top Grift, came out with the book a couple months later. This book's already done. It's going to come out a couple months later, and we're going to launch the next one. Because we have a real comic book deal going on. And it's a real science fiction world. Now, this is book 2, and to have a book 2 outsell book 1 is very, very rare in comic books. If you see this kind of thing, you know that our audience is absolutely growing. It means word of mouth of the first one, Overmind, is spreading. And if you look at anybody's reviews of Overmind out there, they'll tell you Overmind is one of the best science fiction comic books they've read in at least the last 10 years, if perhaps not ever. And that's why this is going so well. The Hidden Emperor really follows up on this and actually offers something even better. And it offers a cool new premium product, which we've never done before, in a leather-bound book, because the book reader collectors are really into that kind of thing too. So we're innovating. We're doing different things. We're actually printing this book in an oversized format. It's going to be about the size of Marvel omnibuses. So we're not going to be printing on that standard small comic art size that everybody does just because the mainstream industry does. We're innovating in our production. We're innovating in our delivery. We're innovating in everything we do, and it's showing. And we're delivering. It's all of the above. So I'm very, very happy. I got a great, great, great message from Blaine Pardo, who basically invented a lot of the Battletech lore, one of the best science fiction authors of our times. He said John Delarose is a great storyteller, and this world is worth investing in. And I appreciate Blaine for that. He read both the stories involved in this, and that means the world to me. There's very few people I care to impress in the world of other authors, because I'm here for readers first. But when somebody reads that and it's somebody like Blaine Pardo, it means a lot to me. And so we're winning on every single level. Like I said, they couldn't stop the signal. They tried so hard. They're so frustrated about this, and it's because this is the real deal. So if you want the real deal, I would urge you to come in, grab the Hidden Emperor. We've got 13 days left. Let's pump these numbers up to 40,000 like right away. I know we're going to hit there, which is a crazy number I never anticipated. Ms. Crimson and I really appreciate you. She's my artist, so even if you hate me, she's getting a half of the funds of this, guys. So and she's a wonderful person who's been working very, very hard in the industry since the 1980s. She is really the reason we can do this, and can't thank her enough for all of her efforts. So thank you again. This is so huge. We won on every level. This can't be stopped, and I really appreciate the real readers out there who are finding us, the real people who are truly invested in comic books and actually love the medium, love storytelling. We are here for you, and thank you again. All right, links in the description below. Thank you guys so much for being there. Please hit the like and discrep. The like and discrep? I don't even know what I'm saying. Like and subscribe. This is why I'm a writer, not a talker. And we'll be back soon.